Noni Madueke to Arsenal. There we land. Here we go. Here he no. On the way. He is Andregan. Fabrizio Romano's released an exclusive saying Noni Madueke to Arsenal. Here we go. Fee agreed in excess of £50 million with add-ons included. Green light from Chelsea. He's already agreed a 5-year deal to sign with Arsenal and he's set to complete the move pending a medical. Madueke to Arsenal. The craziest transfer in the history of Arsenal. Something that's got Arsenal fans signing petitions, having hashtags and wanting to kill the guy because Arsenal are trying to sign a backup to Bukayo Saka and depth for the squad, given the fact that we saw front threes with Trossard, Sterling and Marino up top last season with academy players who, one of them's not on the club, on the bench. I'm going to talk about this deal, give my honest thoughts, how I feel he will be able to impact our squad. And yeah, if you're new, returning, haven't already hit the subscribe button, as you already know, we're on the road to 1,000 subs. Smash the like button down below and comment down below. Yes to Madueke, no to Madueke, don't really matter because we got Madueke. So yeah, Noni Madueke, 23-year-old player, Chelsea player. Obviously, they bought him for about 30 million, so there was no way Arsenal were going to not buy him for, you know, at least 10 to 50 million more than what Chelsea bought him for. That's how profit goes. So yeah, a player that's not going to be brought to our starting lineup. Arsenal fans are relating this deal too much to thinking that we're not going to get a left winger or a 10, obviously due to PTSD, but no one's trying to logically just think about the fact that last season, as I just said in the intro, we had front threes of Ethan Nwaneri in his first pro season, Marino up top, Trossard, sometimes Sterling, Trossard, Marino, when Martinelli got injured and even when Ethan had his own injury himself. People are forgetting all these things, right? So Arsenal going in, obviously paying a good sum of the budget, half 100 million, I understand. But clearly Arsenal must have money, clearly, as I said, and it was said, and as I said, the same people that were complaining about 5 million for Kepa and 10 million for Norgaard, not necessarily complaining about Zubi, but, you know, why is it taking too long? Complaining about why you're going for Sesko. Obviously, happy about Gyokeres, clearly. Upset that we're buying Madueke. Obviously, love the fact that we're going to want to get Eze, hoping to get Rodrigo. So it's maybe, clearly Arsenal fans only wanted 3 signings. Do you know what I mean? I'm not here to like back the club or nothing. I'm just saying like, let's make logic of it. Especially where the club do buy a player. Like you have to try and make logic of the signing. Like we had a summer last summer where Arsenal chose to spend 0 money on any attackers and loaned Sterling. So if they're willing to spend about 50 million or 45 plus or 40 plus or 35 plus 10 mil, whatever the sum and the package is, it's a good signing. It means that we don't have to overexert Bukayo Saka off the back of a hamstring injury. Do you know what I'm saying? You have a natural player to play on the right, leaving Ethan Nwaneri, who it's not linked, to have that number 10 position to compete with Odegaard, to grow and play in his natural position in those central areas, as it's been reported constantly through The Athletic from David Ornstein and other such reliable sources. And you still give yourself the opportunity to get Eze, as it's been reported countless other times that it's separate. Eze only wants Arsenal. We're close to agreeing terms, we're advancing with talks, we're trying to figure out a payment structure. There's no other team really interested in Eze. Not to say it can't be hijacked, but it's not linked. And then if you're looking at a left winger pursuit, obviously we can see Rodrigo's situation is more likely he's going to leave. Whether that means Arsenal will go for him, because you know all the teams in the world will go for him, that's not a certified situation. But we've seen rumours today, like the one coming out of Turkey, that Trossard has agreed personal terms with Fenerbahce, and they're looking to, you know, play 20 million euros. Also probably trying to get a bit more than that, considering that they paid about 20 million pounds for Trossard. But you can see if Trossard does move on, that's a piece that gets moved. You got 2 on the right, so you're gonna have to employ another player on the left, probably a starter. I'm not here to back the club again. I'm just saying the way my brain perceives these things, I kind of break them down logically, innit? I'm seeing people say Madueke is shit. I'm seeing people say all this stuff. I'm pretty sure no one said all this stuff. People are loading miscomps of, you know, things that he's done, skills that he's got wrong, and shots that, you know, have gone wide, and passes that have gone wrong. We can get that for any player. So it's like, it's a bit boring to me. People never want to see the logic. I always said, Arsenal fans, just wait till September 1st. Wait till September 1st. When the window shuts and we haven't have a completed squad, or we haven't addressed the areas that were priority, where we can't address it, call out the club. But a lot of you are going to be deleting tweets, changing videos, or hiding videos, or making sorry apology videos within the space of like 4 or 5 weeks because you didn't get the signing in the priority that you wanted. You wanted the striker first and then the left wing next, and then all the other relevant signings for our squad, because you have to think about the gaps and the holes. Nah, don't worry about it. You know, Arsenal, not like Chelsea or Man City that spend, 300, 400 million every window, can just, buy a signing, it flops by a replacement without necessarily selling, or are good selling clubs at least, so they can kind of, get players in and out quickly. So when we get to a window where we're kind of, buying a £5 million backup keeper, still Prem quality, 10 million backup DM, still Prem quality, obviously trying to agree a deal for Mosquera, it's gone a bit quiet, but clearly trying to get, a decent price. It leaves you room and space and money to go and, invest. So if a backup right winger is long on the agenda, you can go get that. And if it costs about 40 to 45 million with add-ons in the deal, and that doesn't affect a 60 million to 68 million, 60 million bill you're trying to do for Eze, and then another maybe 70 mil that you're trying to do for a winger, Rodrigo hopefully, but you have options like Leao and Lookman and such forth. Come on, man. Allow it. And the fact that now he's signing for Arsenal, I need everyone to support the player. I'm going to support him. I don't care what everyone else does. I'm going to support the player. I know his strengths. I rate the player. I don't rate him more than Saka, but I rate him as being part of our squad. Players like Kudus we see and obviously moving, but they're going to go start in their respective clubs. And Mbeumo going to United, obviously one was costing way more than Madueke, 70 million. And if you had bought him, who I don't think anyone would complain about Mbeumo, but as a backup, do you think would we get the same level of no to Mbeumo, no to signing this, or why are we spending that kind of funds on that player who we know doesn't play off the left, who you know that it's not going to be the striker? It's just about logic, man. Like when I'm seeing some of the takes, it's just like Arsenal fans like to outrage. Opposition fans are laughing at you and laughing at us, because I'm an Arsenal fan too, because they just think Arsenal fans complain at almost anything. I've said it many a times, a Premier League win is not going to stop Arsenal fans from complaining. So don't think as an Arsenal fan that's more, calm, more level-headed, that's going to change. Just, try and focus on your own targets. But welcome, Madueke. Sorry for that little rant. I believe you'll be able to, allow us to stretch out the squad, allow us to have more attackers, not have to, have makeshift midfielders playing in attack, and provide real competition for Saka, which might drive his own level up, which is what we want. Do you know what I mean? Madueke, Saka on the left, sorry, on the right, Martinelli, hopefully, if Trossard gets sold, and then a Rodrigo on the left, a Sesko or Gyokeres in on the 9 position, and with Havertz and Jesus coming back as a secondary. You have Even Wanyeri and and Odegaard and Eze competing for that 10th position, whilst Eze also competing for that left 8 position with Marino and Rice, and then you have Norgaard and Zubimendi. Options, rotation, different profiles, elite. Will Arsenal do it? I'm not here to say, oh, fam, if Arsenal don't do the business, I told you, I'll be the first one to come and get onto us. Why do we not prioritize? But I believe that we're definitely going to get a striker. And as long as Trossard gets sold or one of the left wingers, we'll definitely get a left winger. So, I feel like we'll definitely get Eze. So that's just what I'm saying. We'll see how it goes. I will do a bit more looking into Madueke's numbers, seeing like in terms of his profile, how he's going to fit at Arsenal, what he's going to bring different to what we have, and how he can elevate the level of the squad in terms of our attack compared to last season, yeah? But I'm happy. It will be interesting to see the breakdown in terms of the numbers, but I'm pretty sure it's probably like a 40 plus 10, maybe even lower than that, maybe 30, 39, 38 plus, performance related add-ons, because it's interesting that he said just 50 million add-ons are not like the full breakdown, because it's like to make the deal look a bit nicer for Chelsea. But Arsenal, they've got a good deal done well here, and if they're not, they've got a Saka backup. As long as it affects the other deals, I don't think anyone has anything to complain about. And if it does, or it doesn't and Arsenal don't complete, then I don't think it's a Madueke thing. I think it's more Arsenal thing, but I wouldn't be hating the player. So welcome to my club, welcome to the Arsenal. I wonder what number you're gonna get. And fam, we're actually making Arsenal black again, so I'm down a bit. Comment down below what you think about the signing. Comment down below what you think about what I said, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Speak soon.